Right, hello YouTube. Today I'm gonna do my second part of my top 20 horrors. I'm not gonna go into when I'm doing the next few because this is gonna be a lot of time wasted because it did take 10 minutes last time to do the last review, and I don't really want it to take that long, so I'm just gonna get right into it by talking about Fear Island. It's Aaron Ashmore, Haley Duff, Lucy Hale. It's about a group of friends go to a secluded island, uh, and basically when they get there, obviously there's this girl who's the passenger they don't know about, and eventually they find out that there's a killer on the island. And obviously, who would you suspect first? There's a group of your friends and one person who you don't know. So they obviously all think that she's a killer, and obviously there's parts in it where you think he could be the killer, she could be the killer, and you just don't know. It's a guessing game, and but it becomes quite transparent eventually in the film who the killer is, and it's just one of them twists in it as well. It's the reason why it has a twist in it because apparently the killer is out for revenge against these group of people. So if it says that about it on the box, then you kind of get a bit of an insight of who it could be, and I didn't believe it could be the woman they don't know because of that. But it's a good film, really good film. Shit, it's the other way around. Next one is The Strangers. This was, it was a good film in itself. I don't know why I enjoyed it as much as I did, but I really did enjoy it. This is about two people who stay in a hotel for the night, and it gets to past 4 a.m. where they're alone, and obviously that they don't think there's any other, what's it called, any other people in any other part of the hotel. So these three killers just scaring like the shit out of everyone, those two people, and they start like knocking on the doors, knocking on the windows, looking through the windows to scare them sometimes, intimidate them. And then there's a part where they're trying to start the car up, and obviously the woman with the mask is stood there just staring, pointing the blank at them, scaring shit out of them. I think it's the man who goes out there alone. And, what would you do? And eventually someone else comes who they know, and I think, as far as I remember, he either just leaves or he gets killed. But eventually they take these two hostage, and I don't know the real thing about this film, but I think it's based on true events. That's why it's done about these three people who obviously just take hostage those two survivors. It's on for 1 hour 20 minutes. I don't know. I just really like this film, and just just tick some boxes for me. Next one is Diary of the Dead. This is my favourite of the Dead film, and it is probably up to now my favourite zombie film. Probably in the last one I said House of the Dead was, but because I didn't remember the other two zombie films that I put in this, but the other zombie film, which is in my top 5, is a kind of different zombie film. It isn't of the Dead film, so I'm going to say it's my favourite of the Dead film. It's about a group of filmmakers who start, creating their own film with their friends in the woods, so there's no intrusion and no disruption. And then they've got a radio, and they've got their own, obviously, transport van to get around. They've got a radio, and they start hearing about the apocalypse beginning. All the zombies start, all the dead people start, coming back to life and turning into zombies. But obviously, they don't call it zombies. This has like a little moment in it where people from the survival of the dead just come in and you start talking to the people of this film. I don't want to get into how they, you know, introduce that film into this because there's just no need. There isn't really much you can say. Once you find out about the apocalypse, two of them start to get scared more than the other three do, or four, and drive off somewhere, offer them to come, but they don't come, which is a mistake really. But those two guys go to their house just to, hide out there. And the remaining people who don't go just take the camera to hospitals and other places and start recording and start inspecting what goes on. And eventually they go to the mansion where the other two went off to, and that's where basically, as far as I remember, where it ends. But this is a good film in itself. I don't know why I got such bad reviews, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It is independent, so that could be one of the reasons. Freddy vs Jason is the next one. It's not really something you go into too much depth because people would know a lot about it. Freddy vs Jason eventually occurs where they start to fight each other, but basically it's where it's got Monica Keena as the main character in it, and the guy out of Rampage that I don't know the name for, and I can't be arsed reading through all the names on the back. It's about where Freddy sends Jason in to do his dirty work, you could say, where he just kills a load of people on Elm Street to, get them scared and get them talking about Freddy more than Jason because that's what they know more of. Because they're attacking them in their dreams, and he wants them to make him become known and make them think about him, so he's strong enough to come out of the dream world and come into the real world. So he's better than Jason, and he can attack them from wherever he likes. And eventually he gets annoyed with what Jason does because he obviously can't tell him what to do, so Jason starts doing what he wants, killing who he wants, and doing it when he wants. So when one of the people who are in the dreams, Jason kills that person halfway through Freddy killing him, so obviously gets angry at it, has enough of him, and eventually comes out powerful enough to you know kill people without being in the dreams, and then eventually it's just a big fight between these two. And it's really good film. It's definitely a good film. And the last one is Altitude. Wasn't expecting to like this as much as I thought. This got such low reviews by certain critics, especially the film ones. Because when did they not give low reviews? And I really enjoyed it. It's about a group of people, group of five, who get on a plane, rented I think, or bought, I don't know. And obviously they've got one trained pilot, and they just go for a nice ride. I think it's at least 30,000 feet in the air. Anyway, I don't know any of the actors in this. None at all. Query. Can't remember. But it's a good film. It's a monster in the sky. Obviously, they're flying a plane. And eventually, they're in clear skies, and eventually they hit some rough skies and hit some. It's like turbulence, but worse because of the monster being in the sky attacking them. And eventually, it causes some problems for them, which is what the monster waits for. Like screws coming out of the plane, which isn't good because it'll eventually fall apart, won't it? But yeah, the monster just keeps attacking them and attacking them throughout the film, and then they decide to do something when like a tentacle is on the plane, like stopping it from going anywhere else. It's just on like a straight line, and then eventually you do see the monster, which it's quite big, and it is quite a good scary monster because it's unoriginal. As you wouldn't see this much, would you? Probably the first plane film and with a monster in the sky that I've seen. It's a really good film. I suggest picking it up, and I will do the next review on Saturday. See you then.